Hi guys. So many great things have been collected over the month, and so that requires a whole new kind of video. And I'm just gonna it's a favorites video. A lot of other YouTubers, they do stuff like this, and it's about time I just jump on the bandwagon. So it's gonna be my June favorites video. So things that I've collected over the month of June that I really like, and it's like my favorite. So let's start. So obviously the month of June had quite a few adventures for me. I went to a Comic-Con and I also went to Ireland, and surprisingly found quite a few nerdy things in Ireland. Like I stumbled upon a comic book shop and another shop that reminded me a lot of Hot Topic, but wasn't quite the same. It focused more on the nerdier things, like it had a lot of Game of Thrones and a lot of superhero type things, but it just reminded me more of Hot Topic and like kind of Spencer's, but not really Spencer's. Anyway, so I got quite a few things. I'm going to start with Comic-Con because that was the beginning of the month of June. Now, the only thing that I would really classify as my favorites from, well, I did get quite a few things, but I tried to narrow myself down. My favorite from Comic-Con was my rock candy figure of the modern Batgirl. And I did have choices between different rock candy figures. They did not have Harley Quinn. I'm kind of sad, but it was also like the second day of the convention, or third day of the convention, so but I really like the modern Batgirl, so that's what I grabbed, and this is my favorite. I also did grab a Funko Pop and quite other few things there, but because I wanted to narrow down what I got, I only chose one Funko Pop for my favorites, and that Funko Pop has to be Squirrel Girl from the Women of Power Collector Core box. And oh my gosh, I had to wait so long for that box. It came 2 days after I had left for Ireland, so I did not get to open it until what was it, like over a week after it came. And so I finally got it and I opened it, and I totally called that a Squirrel Girl thing was going to be there, and I was really happy to find out that it was the Funko Pop itself. And it's very awesome. It comes with a little squirrel friend, but I have that over where I have her normally, so boom. And then also from the Collector Core box, we got two mystery, it said mystery minis, but they weren't mystery. They told us what they were on the box, of Captain Marvel and She-Hulk, and I couldn't choose which one would be my favorite. My favorite character is She-Hulk, but the figure for Captain Marvel is pretty cool, except for the facial expression. It's a little weird, but it's like really cool. They have like the fire and everything. It's pretty sweet. Now, moving on from figures, because I'm a collector and everything, but I do other things, like I read, and surprisingly I actually picked up a book this month, and I haven't really read in a really long time. The last series that I really loved was Harry Potter, and I started rereading that, but I stopped because I got to the point that angered me so badly, and I felt like no need to finish the series again because I had already finished it and I already know what happens, so I'd rather just think of the happy memories. Well, I got a book a few months ago actually from a friend. Told me I really had to read the series, gave me the book. It was actually my ex-boyfriend. Gave me the book and he's like, you gotta read it. I was like, yeah, sure. So I read a couple chapters. I got really frustrated with some of the characters and really angry because that's what books do to me, and I stopped reading. But then I started reading it again on my Ireland trip because a friend that I was with, she had bought a copy of the book and she started reading it, and she had finished it actually on the trip, and she's like, well, would you want to read it too? And she even went and bought the second book while we were on the trip, and the third and the fourth. She got through the third on the plane ride home. Yeah, oh my gosh, she's quite a reader. But so she gave me her first, and I was reading that, and then so when I came home I started reading it again, and that is A Game of Thrones. Yes, I have fallen victim to this series. Oh my gosh. So many things have to be said about this book, but I will not be able to say them now. But wow. Because I started reading, my friend Bethany, she had told me, she's like, well, now that you started reading, you have to watch the series. And I had already watched one episode. I watched the first one because that actually went up to the point where I had finished reading. And she's like, no, you need to watch the series. And I was like, no, I want to read the books first. And she's very frustrated with me that I'm a slower reader than her. And I told her that no one can read a 700-page book in 5 hours like you can, so calm down. So I'm working on this, and I'm not too far away from the end, so yeah. And then once I finish this, I have to get the second one and third, and keep going on, because I don't want to start really watching the series until I'm done with I at least caught up with the books, because I know they are going to continue and stuff. So now on to comic books, because that is that's just my life. I was thinking one DC, one Marvel, so that's really what I'm gonna do. I can't even really remember if this came out in June, but I'm gonna go with it. It is number 2 of Civil War 2. I was just gonna pick Civil War in general, but then I remembered, I was like, oh, this is June, I have to go with June, so I'm pretty sure this came out in June. And it's really good so far. Like, I really like Civil War so far. It's really fun, and fun in like a possible impending war type thing, hence the title. But it's fun. I really like the artwork too. So yeah. Speaking of artwork, we go with my DC pick, and that is Superman. It's so pretty. Now, I'm in love with this cover. I won't lie. The aesthetic is just beautiful. And yeah. I really like the story too so far. It's like ever since the rebirth, like I'm really liking the Superman, which is surprising. I thought I wouldn't really like Superman, but I'm loving it. Like, absolutely loving it. So yes, Superman number 1, beautiful cover, amazing story. And I believe, one more thing, I almost forgot it because it wasn't on my desk because it's a little too big for my desk. So I mentioned that there was a store that reminded me of Hot Topic, and at that store I got a few posters. I got one for my brother that was Elder Scrolls Skyrim thing. I don't know, he loves it though, so that's great. That was like the last day of my trip, so I'm glad I found something for him. But I found something for me as well. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Sorry. This is so difficult. The struggles. I'm so sorry, guys. But I got DC Comics Bombshells. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, look at this poster. Is it not completely beautiful? This takes my breath away every time I see it. It's completely gorgeous. Let me roll it up real quick. It's so gorgeous, and I love it so much. I was so happy to find it. Like, I haven't seen them anywhere, like, at least in the States. I don't know if it was, I don't think it was just an Ireland thing. But I also saw a Suicide Squad like a Suicide Squad poster. I was very tempted to get it, but I did not because I only had so many monies. So much money, and I wanted to get something for my brother because I still had not gotten him a souvenir. So I got him his Skyrim thing, and I got myself that, and it just makes my day every time I look at it. And I'm trying to find a place to hang it up on my wall. It's a little difficult because I have a lot of things already up on my wall, but I'll find somewhere for it. Okay, that is it. Let me know what you guys thought about my favorites. If you were to pick some favorites for your month of June, what would they be? Let me know in the comments below. Also, feel free to like this video or subscribe, or both. That would be great too. But also, if you want to talk about this a little more, you can contact me through Twitter or Instagram. Obviously, commenting or just messaging me through YouTube is perfectly fine. If you want to have a lengthier discussion about favorites, about figures, about anything, you can email me. All my contact information is down below in the description box. And I hope you have a lovely day. And yeah, bye guys.